Okay, so we are recording. Hi, Lisa. I'm Roger Madeline Kennedy, and I'm back here with my friend Lisa DeLong, and we are together. We have started this Sis-Star Love Connection video with a little bit of information for y'all with this time of being secluded into the house. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Let me see your coffee mug.
Yeah, I got my coffee mug. So, yeah.
Describe it to me.
This is called Parade Day, and it's by Bill Rabbit. And I get it at the Indian market. I can show it to you without the light reflecting right on it. Here, I'll show you the pad that I got.
How gorgeous!
So I just really love this. And every year, passed away a number of years ago from an Agent Orange cancer-based death, unfortunately. But I love to get his stuff every year, you know, and just have a new mug.
Yeah.
And I lucked out and got the pad this time too, so I got my set.
Oh, cool! Very nice. So I kind of have been in a little bit of a funk this week. I don't know if you have or if anybody else that's watching has, but it's kind of like, I don't want to do anything. And then I realized today, because we were going to do this video, it's kind of like, get yourself going. Don't sit around all day in your pajamas. Just because you have the go ahead now to work from home and stay home doesn't give you the go ahead to be not doing anything. You've had your few days off now, so kick yourself back in gear and figure out some sort of a schedule or something so that I just don't waste all this time. And it's kind of like, well, I'm enjoying not doing anything. I know I'm getting downloads. I know I'm doing shifting. I know I'm getting uploads and all kind of things in my physical body and in my etheric bodies happening. But it's kind of like, okay, so what? Move on. Move on. It was, if you went to your 9 to 5, like I used to have to go to, it didn't matter what was happening, you had to show up. So this is a good time to relax down and let these shifts happen. But if you tend to be more inclined to do nothing, sometimes you have to kick yourself to do something. What's going on with you, Lisa, with that?
Well, I still have my job, and I know that, you know, your guidance told you to give up the space at the little store that you were at, and that's always a good move because we never know why, but we just follow the directions. And but I still have to go to that job every, you know, for 4 days a week. And this weekend was supposed to be the metaphysical fair here, but again, that got shut down. So I've just been enjoying my time off. But Thursday and Friday, I was the same thing. I watched TV. I did the no thinking thing physically, you know, took care of all my animals and that. But it was snowing, and I wasn't really interested in going outside. And I got a lot of projects I can do when it does snow. And I was watching TV, you know, and I didn't even treat myself to a nap, you know, which would have been more productive than watching TV. But that's what I did.
Well, sometimes it's just, you just sit in front of the idiot tubes that you don't have to deal with. Don't watch news, don't watch anything, watch things that make you happy so that you don't go into that spiraling up of what all's going on out here in the world and how it's going to affect you. And oh my gosh, what happens if, and all that fear nonsense. It's kind of, it is an escape. It's an escape way. But what I'm feeling about what's going on with what's happening across the globe right now, the planet, is not only is it time for us to get back into our own self, but the initial virus that kicked all this off, that started this problem with all of humanity, I feel like it has shifted and changed. Its molecular structure has changed in a way that source, God, divine, whatever you want to call it, it was originally sent for a dark purpose, a not so good to humanity purpose. But we're watched over so well that I think that the chemical makeup or the whatever the energetic makeup of what that virus is now is changed, and you have, each one of us in our own structure has changed. So when and if it happens to come with you or comes to visit you, just say, hello, how are you? Thank you very much for showing up. I'm ready for a change. You know, I really don't need to be taken out if I still have work on these clients to do. I appreciate the shifting and the changing so that I am able to do the work that I'm supposed to do for this planet. And so nice to meet you, and move on. Move on. Don't go into fear at all. That's right. The only way I think that we can handle this without going slap ass crazy or slap dab crazy. But then again, a lot of people, if they hear me say that's how I'm going to handle it, they're probably thinking I'm crazy anyway. So
exactly. I know. And then, you know, sometimes it does. I feel strange when I say that I feel that this has an extraterrestrial guidance to it, man-made, but, you know, man-created, I can't say man-made, created in the, in all of the situations coming together. The alchemy had to all come together for this to be created. And I felt that there was an extraterrestrial guidance on it. And now, since the United States has turned into a different direction where people are helping each other and they're trying to do more better, you know, helping the senior citizens that are locked in, you know what I'm talking about, those kind of examples, people being polite and stuff are waylaying the people that are hoarding and have that I'm so fearful energy. And as we lift up that light energy, that happiness energy, that this is not going to be bad, this is going to, we're going to work through this, we're morphing this virus. Right. Because our bodies will not host anything that's of lesser light. Right. And so people are not going to get it if they hold the light and the love energy for themselves and their family and spread it out to humanity. And we will conquer this in a whole different way than other people think. All because we're vibrationally not accepting this into our physical form.
True, true. And we are vibrationally changing. Each day it's another vibrational shift and change. And it's about how you let yourself absorb the energetics that are out here in our atmosphere right now, that is connected to all that's happening. Everything is connected. It goes out in waves, it goes out in tendrils, it goes out in all kind of grid work ways. Everything is connected. So it's okay. I'm going to tell myself it's okay if I want to be not doing something at some day or two, because again, I know that stuff is happening inside and in my auric field and in my other dimensionals. We're multidimensional beings of light. My guides say that all the time. Right. So just because we can look at ourselves and think, oh, I'm just being lazy, well, one of your dimensions out there is really working like you would not believe, one of your other selves. So give all, when you're resting down, that means all that energy is going to that other dimension of you that needs your full on attention. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. What do you think, Lisa?
I can agree with you, you know, because of the fact that I know that's what I'm doing. And then when I asked for a recall of what I have been doing in the other layers of myself, I'm always very pleased with the information that I get back. Where I've been off planet, or if I've been in Middle Earth, if I'm working basically with more of the animals in that because of their non-communicational level with human beings. I really enjoy knowing that I've done that work. So
That's an interesting statement you just said. Can you explain that about when you ask for a recall? Is that something that you can help all the rest of us understand how we could do that too, if we so choose?
With our movement intentional energy, we tend to fail to let the third dimensional being that we are have the information that we've just gathered. So I bring myself back into my 3D form, and I say, I wish to recall what my other dimensional beings and frequencies are doing. And then that way I can bring it into this 3D reality for me and have a discussion with you about it, or have a discussion with other friends that are like-minded, that are open to hear this and have a validation themselves that, yes, you know, I have been working with extraterrestrials, I have been working with my star family, or I've been off planet, or I just feel that I've done something that I know I'm doing something, but I can't recall it. So I ask for the recall. And that's just to sit quietly, or just before I go to bed at night, you know, in that quiet time that you just, before you go to sleep, I just ask for the recall to come in to my third dimensional cellular structure.
That's super. That is really, I know a lot of us have not even thought about that. And it's not that I didn't know about it, it's that I forget about it. So I appreciate you explaining it. And so the best way I'm feeling is just to take a few quiet times in meditation. Just carve out a little bit of a meditative spot and put that question out there so that you can have the recall.
Right.
So that you are, and journal. This is where it's important to start journaling things, because as you journal things over this period of quiet time, you can look back over that journal and see what kind of ahas and information you got. And from the future, looking back to what you had journaled previously, it'll make a lot more sense. You'll go, oh, there's that piece. Oh yeah, that's because of this. Oh yeah, look at that. I didn't even realize that when I journaled this, that this is what that meant. So it's nice to do that. And I think that's a good practice for us all to get into, to help us get past this, for sure. The other thing I would like for you to share with us, and I think it's an important time that we do that, and the people that we have in our classes and have worked with us for some time already are quite familiar with this, and it's the Pleadian Codes. Exactly. What do you think about that, Lisa? Can we do the Pleadian Codes here and have everybody close their eyes and feel the energy and understand what it's about and how they can use it every day? I'm feeling drawn to, we need to share the Pleadian Codes.
Yeah. All righty. I agree with you. So if you'll just give me a second to help this cat.
Yes, she's wanting something, huh?
Yeah, she's playing pretty hard there.
Yeah, she's feeling the energy. That's cool.
Yeah, there you go. So, a lot of you that have already been working with this, you already know the codes, and we always encourage everybody to do the codes all the time. In my journey, the Pleadians came to me and they gave me the codes so that we could do our work, we could do our growth, we could join classes, we could go to meditations, we could go to certain places in the world and not be touched by the energies that are there in a detrimental way, that we would experience what we're supposed to experience without being in any kind of harm, or have our path put on hold or a setback because of what we've experienced. So we would like to share the codes. I share the codes all the time, And I remind people of the codes all the time because we get into a forgetful mode, that there is help in our star families and in our other energies. So again, the codes are very simple, but you just notice how things shift when you say them. So, so do you think I'd write them down, Madeline, or?
No, let's just do them. We'll say
Okay.
them together.
Mm-hmm.
And I can write them in the description when I post the video.
Mm-hmm. There you
I
go.
can write what the Pleadian codes are.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. How would that work for you?
Yeah, it sure would. There's a lot more in-depth information about these codes that I share in my workshops. And then if you would like to have a one-on-one consultation with me, just let me know, okay? And we can go into the more in-depth information that's in these codes, right? But for right now, we just love it that we can use it in an instant and be protected. So just notice how you feel. And I ask everybody to notice how the top of their head feels, their throats, their chakra, and their heart, all the way down through their feet. What do you notice about how your body feels? So, okay. And then I ask that you close your eyes so that your eyes are bringing in information all the time from all the objects in the room or anything else, light changes, etc., that you just close your eyes so that that information is not being sent to your brain, so that you do feel what your body needs you to feel while we're doing the codes. All right. All right. So, and Madeline, if you'll join me now.
Okay.
242 249
249.
implement.
Implement.
242 249
9.
implement.
Implement.
242
2.
249
9.
implement.
Implement.
Now everybody take in a deep breath. And I want you to lift up your chin and blow that breath out. And notice how you feel. And if you'll join me again, 242 249 implement. 242 249 implement. 242 249 implement. And again, take in that breath. Expand your rib cage, lift up your chin and blow that air out. And notice how you feel. Now join me again in the codes. 242 249 implement. 242 249 implement. 242 249 implement. And again, bring in that breath, expand your lungs, open up your rib cage, and then blow that out. And notice how you feel. Now I want you to push that energy that you feel around you out 10 feet. Notice how you feel. Expand that energy out of your house and notice how you feel. Now bring that energy real close to your body and notice how you feel. Go ahead and take in a breath and let it out. And notice how you feel. You go ahead and open up your eyes.
That was fantastic. My goodness.
Yeah.
It
For
was
those of you that want to get some of this stuff written down, just jot down some little bullet notes for yourself on what you were noticing about your body.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
What did you notice? What did you not notice? What was there no thing noticeable? That's good too.
And as you continue to practice with these Pleadian codes and you keep making notice of what you are to start with and what you notice as you go through the different waves of it, do you happen to start noticing something now if you did it to begin with? Each time you do these codes, you will be shifted. Things will change for you. Your noticing ability will sharpen, because some of us may not have ever heard about noticing anything with what's going on with us or how we're feeling about other things outside of just a reaction to an action.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to sit back in and notice what's going on with you. I did happen to notice that you can't do these codes, even though you start the codes with this intention and this determined intention, you can't do the codes without feeling a smile come across your face, without feeling a lifted energy happening, which is really refreshing. And now again, I'm thinking, okay, it's that forgettery. I teach the codes and I forget them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why, when I'm feeling like I just want to be pitiful within myself, do the codes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, do the codes.
Mm-hmm.
That absolutely takes care of it.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So we use the power of 3 with the codes. You say it 3 times. Okay. In the first set of that you do, the first set of 3 that you do, you're opening up your power and you're claiming your power. When you do the second set of codes, you're announcing to the rest of the universe that this is your power and that you are a sacred being. Okay. And on the third time, you are letting them know that they cannot interfere with your spiritual path. They cannot mess with your physical form, your mental abilities. They have to be looking through the window at you doing your experience. They cannot interfere with that at all. So they have to obey the codes. The codes say that you have declared your sacred space and that you wish no interference to be in there while you experience what you're supposed to experience. So go to your little group meditations when they start up again. Or don't be afraid to go to the grocery store. Do the codes and don't go to the grocery store. You see? Because then you're going to be in that energy of your power. And people are going to be mindful of it. They don't know how, but they'll be mindful of it. They'll move out of your space and you will not be affected by them. And these codes and the energy that is created is all divine love based. It's all about divine love. So individuals that cannot match that frequency will move out of your space because you make them uncomfortable. And the best way for them not to be uncomfortable is to be away from you.
Perfect. So, and divine love is what all this
Those
is.
that challenge you, that are uncomfortable and that challenge you. Yeah. Those that challenge you, that are uncomfortable with you, and they challenge you, they're really wanting guidance. Okay. You don't have to give it to them, but you just have to say, I'm in my sacred space and no being in the universe can interfere with me. And you are a being in the in the universe, and you cannot interfere with me, no matter what you think you're doing. Okay. So again, pay attention to those that are irritated by you and then do confront you, because they're the ones who really want to know, I need her secret. What is it? But they can't express it like that. They're going to express it like getting in your face. What the hell do you think you're doing? You know, like, I'm just being love. I'm standing in the grocery line and I'm just being radiating love, right? Because I got a guy coughing over there. I got people that are crowding around me. For those of you that know, I work at Murdoch's and we got the damn baby chicks. And so everybody's right on top of me as I'm trying to get these baby chicks into a box for them. And so we decided that wasn't good. So we've made them do the 6 foot personal space thing. And they're just going to go home with baby chicks that they don't get to pick out, because we're not going to allow that anymore. And I hope that the love energy that these baby chicks are creating will help instill that love in their home and radiate it out. So that's why I love baby chicks.
Well, if you're the one giving them the baby chick, picking it out for them, Lisa, you're very in tune to all the animals. So you would, of course, select the right chick for the right human that's standing there that wants the chicks.
Well, that's what I do a lot of times. I'll say, who wants to go home with this lady? And they'll just run right up to my hand. Okay, here you go.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's like, here, we'll let them pick you. Yeah. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Do the codes all the time. You can do the codes all day long if you want to, or you can set up the codes for your all day events. I like to set them up to where I do the codes in the morning. It's for everything that I do when I'm away from this place. I go and the codes have cleared the space wherever I'm going. They've cleared my path to that place and they've cleared my path back. And that's what I love about the codes. You can expand them to more than just individual events or opportunities. You can make it an all-day thing. And I've taught Madeline that we've had to have multiple conversations about do the codes first for the whole day.
Yes, it's about intention. So
yes.
It's what you are intending the codes to support you on. You set that with intention and it'll automatically do it for you.
That's right. Yes.
And then you need to set it and not worry about it. If you intend it for it to take care of you or go out energetically on all those 3 different levels all day long, then after you do the codes, don't come back and say, oh, gee, I wonder if that worked. Why would you, when you throw doubt into something, you start to weaken it. And it's kind of like, why? If you just did it with your intention, just set your knowing in there that you're taken care of. You are already taken care of. This is just another tool that you can use to make yourself feel better about what's going on now. And so you don't worry. Worry never does anybody any good.
Exactly.
Ever. Ever.
That's right.
So thank you, Lisa, for that great information about the codes. I like that we are videoed this code so that people can watch this video as often as they want to every day, or if they feel like they've done the codes for their intention for the day and then something has thrown them off and they want to do the codes again, they don't remember, they can listen back to that part of the video and do the codes. Just do the codes.
So,
intention.
and then in the future we'll have more opportunities to learn about the multidimensional aspects of these codes.
Absolutely. And for those of us that use my essences that have the high vibration, I always use OOD, O-U-D. I'll use OOD and the codes, and you're pretty well shielded for anything.
That's
I'm
right.
like, hey, come at me if you dare.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So are we ready to do this? What ouch. I'm getting a thing. They're saying, to this. Whoa. In case you guys don't know, I'm a channel and Lisa's a channel, so information shows up all the time. But they led me to this deck, Dreams of Gaia by Raven Phelan. And let me just share with you the card that showed up. This one is Thought. What's that number? 18? 1 and 8 is 9. Look at that card. Thought.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's got a light side and a dark side.
Mm-hmm.
The faces above. It's like,
Right.
okay, what are you choosing? And it's that old saying, which wolf do you want to feed?
That's right.
The
Yes.
light wolf or the dark wolf? Which one are you going to give more energy toward? Especially now, it's interesting that this card of thought showed up while we're going through this, and we're saying it's about intention.
That's right.
So just let me go through a few of the key phrases here with you from her book. Thought creates reality. Duh. Thought is the foundation of consciousness. Don't rush your thinking, be certain. Thought is energy. We are all energy, so when we think, we are our own energy generator there. Energy flows where attention goes. Be mindful of the universal laws. To me, that says, watch your thoughts. And if you're irritated at someone that just zipped in front of you and grabbed up the last pieces of whatever you wanted at the store, and you get irritated and your thought sends to them like daggers, you better duck, because that's going to boomerang come right back at you. Evidently, for some reason, they felt like they needed it more than you, and you just have to bless them. Make sure you've got your Pleadian Codes around you. Make sure you have your oud on you. And check your thought. Check your thought. When you view things that's going on this planet from a higher consciousness perspective, you don't have any irritation, anger, or judgment for what anybody else does. It comes close to your reality, comes close into your world. So it's be mindful of the universal laws. That's nothing to play around with. Our conscious and unconscious mind in accord. So your conscious mind, you check something, but your subconscious mind is always back there. So when you catch that, it's like, okay, stop. Let's get lined up here. We don't need that because that's not helping me. And one of the things that I can help you with is finding out what those subconscious thoughts are and clearing them. Be realistic instead of optimistic or pessimistic. Good and bad go hand in hand. Change your mind, change your life. Do not overthink or speculate. And question your critical mind speak. So the main thing that I get from this is we are learning. We are all learning right now what's going on with us, to drop from our conscious thinking, our logic, into our brain and our heart thinking. Not this 3D head thinking, this 5D and beyond heart thinking. And you'll come up with different thoughts. You'll come up with different actions. You'll come up with different patterns. What do you have to share, Lisa?
That was a really interesting card. And again, creating what you need, creating what you desire, and whether it comes to you in that instant or if it's set up, months earlier and then it shows up for you. You actually meet it in the time that you set it out there to be in.
Right. And again, that brings us back to what we started talking about with recall of where your multidimensional pieces of you are as you do the different work, and then writing it down. Writing it down. That comes back in thought forms. You'll get lots of aha thoughts. You'll get thoughts from the divine just straight on through to you if you just start writing them down. Wow. So the meaning here says, I think, therefore I am. That's interesting. It says it's the founding principle of Western philosophy. It means if one questions one's existence, the very act of doubting and then questioning is proof that one does indeed exist. Okay, that's an interesting way to look at it. Then it goes on, this is really interesting. But what if you are a figment of your own imagination or the imagination of a God mind? What if you were something else, dreaming of being human, or only existing because someone or something is dreaming of you? Whoa, let's get deep. We may think we are human. We may think we are real, possessing a solid physical form. We may think our world is what it is. But at a quantum level, research suggests that the world around us does not exist unless we focus our attention upon it. It does not become real and remains fluid and changeable until we give it substance, definition, and form. You think the table or chair in front of you is there. Your senses and mind give it substance and form. So therefore it is. But at a quantum level, the table does not exist until you focus your mind and attention upon it. Thought creates reality. Wow, that just goes in line with everything we've been talking about, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Wow. If y'all want to read more of this, this is the deck, Dreams of Gaia. And Amazon is still shipping out that I know of. So you guys can order it. It's been a fantastic deck. Oh, I love all my cards, all my decks anyway. Okay, so if y'all are okay right now, we're going to send some love and light and healing through the skill of technology, is what they said to everyone. So if you just close your eyes for a minute and just breathe in and breathe out. Continue easy, deep breaths in. Easy, deep breaths out. Clear your mind. Just let it flow. Easy breaths in. Easy breaths out. Shoulders back and open your heart center. Keep breathing. They are sharing how much you are loved. Oh. And they are sending you massive amounts of love and light and healing. Just open your heart and accept it. They are saying they are lifting us up into a different realm, into a different reality, into a different way of how the world and the planet will be reacting to things. Ooh. Okay. Take a big breath in. Breathe out. Now you can open your eyes, come back if you wish. Thank you so much for receiving. Oh. Oh, wow. That was unexpected. Wow. How you feeling, Lisa?
Well, that felt really good, and it's been very appropriate for after reading that card. To join in with that energy.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Those of you that see the video in the comments, let us hear from you. Let us know how you're feeling. If you have other things you'd like for us to see if we can work on, or check in with our guides and see what they have to say, we would be willing to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm still in a different space. How about you, Lise?
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Mm-hmm. Crown chakra is very open right now. Just letting the energy come through.
It's quite warm. Quite warm up there. Through the throat, on all the way through. Wow. Okay, Lisa. You have anything else you want to share on this recording? Otherwise, we'll stop it here and let everyone stay in this energy for as long as they want.
Mm-hmm.
And we will talk to them again next video.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words, Lisa?
Enjoy the space that you're in right now. Put up the codes as often as you wish and need. And again, just be your true, authentic self.
True. Very nice. And listen to this video again. Take the last part of this healing that the divine has sent to you and take it in again and again as many times as you want.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. I love you. Much love to all of you. Thank you for being with us. And I'm going to stop the recording for now. Thanks.